So I'm going to do a quick video with Audacity, very specifically, because I've been asked this before, is how I edit the podcast with it. And there's really only two functions I use for editing the podcast. There's normalized, and I use that sometimes if there's a discrepancy in the audio where one of the people in the podcast wasn't talking as loud and the other one was, or some people who get, I'm just going to say very excitable people, and they have no voice modulation. So instead of staying steady, they sometimes would peak the meters, and that's when you can use normalize. So I'm not going to really apply normalize, and it's pretty straightforward to apply on here. But the noise removal is something I wish even more people would do with their podcasts. So I want to make this quick video to send to some of them. It's just important to get all the little noises out, especially background noise. For some reason in studio, apparently when we recorded the other day, and this happens from time to time, you get a little bit of a hum, a hiss, or something that causes a background noise that's persistent. And as someone who consumes a lot of podcasts myself, I'm always trying to think about the audio things that may bother me in other podcasts, because I'm assuming they bother other people. So I'm going to jump in here.
223. Fresh looks.
You may be able to hear that, but there's in this little segment right here, a very little bit of a hum. And you can see it moving the meter just a little bit. So there's a really slight hum. Now what we're going to do is show you how to remove that hum across the entirety of it. Not just this little section, but of course the whole video. So we go to Effects. We're going to go to Noise Reduction. And I have this already selected. So I selected an empty spot that only has the hum. Happens to easy to find this one. It's at the beginning. So we're going to generate the profile. Now, Control A, or I can go to here to edit, select all. Now we're actually going to apply it. Now the more noise reduction you apply, the more it can mess with the audio a bit much, and you don't want to mess up the audio. You don't want to reduce the quality at the sacrifice. So we're going to start with these numbers being very low. We're going to go 14.4 here, and now we can actually preview that noise reduction.
The Sunday.
I'm actually going to let it, let's preview it just through this section here.
So, 223. Fresh looks.
And you can see the meter dropping down all the way. I can go further.
223. Fresh looks.
And it's gone really good there, so probably 7's enough on this. And generally it's just how many frequency smoothings and the sensitivity to the noise that I'm adjusting.
223. Fresh looks.
And that just about killed it. Go up a little bit more. And this is also amount of reduction. So you just keep sliding these up, and there's not some science to it. You do it until you go, okay, the audio sounds good, but it doesn't, well, technically there is a science to it. I don't know the science to it. I'm just saying how I fix it. I keep sliding these up, making sure I do not damage the integrity of the audio. The audio sounds good to the ear, but it doesn't, it does kill the noise. So let's preview it again.
223. Fresh looks.
That's gone. I hear Tony's voice. It still is clear. I'm not going to hit OK. We're just going to cancel this because now I want to select the entirety of it. Then we're going to go back to Effects. We're going to Noise Reduction. And I had this at, what, 17, 5.5, and 7. I hit OK. And through the magic of time lapse, I will speed this up real quick. Okay, and it's done rendering, so now you can even see that it's no longer little blips on there. So if we hit play right there.
Fresh looks.
Complete silence, hum's gone, and let's play a little bit of more of the audio.
And this is episode 223. Fresh looks.
Tony's voice sounds perfectly fine. There's no more in there, and we're done. Now, the one thing to note is not saving the file is when you save it, it saves it in the Audacity project format because you can have a lot of different tracks in Audacity. So when I'm done with these, I just go to export the audio. You can do the export selected audio or export audio, and then I'm going to give it the entire name. Now, something I did know, it sometimes gives it this AIFF extension. So usually I just go and change that to the OGG extension, like just type in the name and the OGG, and this was our episode 223, and save in full quality format. And away we go. It's all done. It's ready to export and upload. So just want to give that quick tutorial though on noise reduction. That's like I said, it's usually important. Well, at least it is to me. I don't like any types of hums. If you listen to a lot of podcasts like I do in the car, you're like, man, I wish they would have gotten rid of that hum. That's as easy as it is to get rid of the hum in Audacity. You just find a small section of the audio where you can isolate it, generate a noise profile, keep previewing the profile until you got the numbers where you want them, sliding them all up, and then select all, apply that same numbers to the entirety of it, and done. Export the audio back, and you now have a nice clean audio file. Thanks for watching. If you like the content here, like and subscribe.